doesn't look like the Olympics around me, but that's where I'm going to go. So I would say that my faith in myself and my faith in just the process and just being honest with God and being honest with where I'm at. I'm like, I'm not here without God. So if I look back and I even look at the good and the bad that's happened to me and I see him at work, there's no reason for me not to believe that he's got even bigger things for me. My name is John Opfer. I'm the owner and director of Proformance. Proformance Sports Training started in 2002. Prior to that, I had strength and conditioning experience, the Cleveland Indians, the Buffalo Bills, University of Tennessee, Olympic Training Center, University of Buffalo, and all those scenarios basically were great stepping stones for me, but didn't completely believe in or felt like I had the impact I wanted to have in many of those scenarios. So kind of led me to, think outside the box and start my own thing. And so in 2002, I stepped away from the University of Buffalo and started Proformance Sports Training. So I actually started in my garage in a condominium on 4242 Pepper Tree. It was a little garage lot behind a condominium that my wife and I shared, and single car garage with a mirror and a squat rack. So that's how Proformance started. And so from there, in the transition, I took a phys ed job and was working with kids while I was building Proformance up. Probably the best thing, the greatest thing and the worst thing that happened to me was going from working with collegiate and professional athletes to working with kindergarten through 6th grade. But even there, I feel like God had his hands on it, because the patients needed to take all this high-tech thought process and methodology and then get that to be understandable and achievable and applicable to little guys was a task in and of itself. But it helped me develop a huge patience, a tolerance level for, just anybody and everybody that didn't understand how mechanics were supposed to work or how their body was supposed to move. So it turned out to be a blessing, and in that process was building Proformance. So Proformance started in one single car garage, and through that process it just slowly got bigger, and we had about a moment, there was a time where I had about 100 athletes I was working with, give or take, maybe 97 kids, and in that process, kids would, parents would drop them off at the garage, and the garage would open, and a kid would come in, and the next kid would come out, and kind of worked like that for a while. And then, slowly realized, this is what I want to do. I have nobody, with their hands in my pockets, and I had nobody legislating how I wanted to run what I wanted to do. So that seemed to be the most, maybe the rawest way or the rawest venue to get it started like I wanted to start. And so just got too big for my garage, and neighbors and people in the neighborhood started complaining, and so I needed to find space. So I started by renting, from the Salem Sportsplex here locally in Buffalo, was renting there, and then I moved to Epic Center, and then Sportsplex down in Kenmore area, and checked out the Pepsi Center, and this was just one room. There's actually, what you see in here today is actually 4 different rooms, but it started as one room. The juice bar back there was the men's bathroom, and so slowly just started taking space over and adding and building, and now I think it's something to be proud of. I started off with 2 kids, but 2 kids. Yeah, it built up to about 97 kids in a garage. Man, I would say we safely see maybe 250 to 300 kids in a given week, depending on the teams that are coming in give or take. We have had summers where we've seen, maybe close to 1,000 kids with everything that everybody's involved with, for sure. We had a summer, 2 summers ago, I think we had 24 programs going on in one summer. Aside from the things that we're doing professionally, we had 32 professional hockey players, 6 professional football players. So, things have slowly grown, and the fact that we're in Buffalo, New York, not necessarily as sexy as the destinations. I think it says a lot about what we're trying to accomplish and what we're doing. I mean, you don't get into coaching and love coaching to make a living. Getting kids to get where they want, I think, ends up supporting a byproduct to maybe be financially successful. But I think, you look at the places that have popped up around us to compete with us, and, their marketing level schemes to, put kids together and optimize their money. We never started like that. We didn't even have a training block of sessions to be bought. People just paid for the session they came to for like 7 of the 12 years that we've been actually in this facility. There was no payment plan. There wasn't a cost on a workout. People just paid what they could and we went. As we've gotten bigger, things have started to get a little bit more organized to help people out and whatnot, maybe make it a little more feasible. But if you look at the hours I put in, the hours that are scheduled, I think there's something like 97 training hours a week that I schedule, and then, that's never perfect time. Like perfect time I have this joke, actually the guys have this joke that John thinks he's on God's time, and I feel good about that. I feel like I am, to some extent that, the clock's circling around, and 30-minute sessions turn into an hour, and 10-minute sessions, and they bleed into one after the other. But I don't even schedule anymore. I probably haven't scheduled anybody in my schedule for 3 years. I just know that my day is going to be full, and I'm excited about taking on the day. So, your business mind would say you're insane and that you got to duplicate yourself, and that you need to open more facilities. And I'm not really interested in any of those things. I'm just thankful to be busy and making a difference. You can't take the stories that come out of here and accomplishments and the lives that are changed. You can't put a price tag on that.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
This workout, I feel like I've been deprived all my life from actual good training.
Why not come here? He's the best.
So John, he knows what he's talking about.
It's definitely the best. John is the person you want to see.
I haven't seen anyone better than this. He's training pro athletes.
I trust him.
You come in here, you put the work, you're going to see the results at the end of the day.
Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. I done kept it real from the jump. Living at my mama's house, we'd argue every month. I was trying to get it on my own. Working all night, traffic on the way home, and my uncle calling me like, where you at? I gave you the keys, so you